Hello, and welcome to episode 7. This is a weird one, and we're going to be talking a little bit about what's been happening and what we're going to be doing today and whatnot. So this is going to be a bit of a progress episode, bit of a building and whatnot episode, as well as a bit of a chatty episode. Yeah, and I'll explain why I'm now in diamond armor. So, while I potter around and get some bits and pieces ready, let me explain what exactly has been going on. So, this wonderful chest here is a little bit of a sneak peek at next week's episode, and I'll explain all about it in just a minute. But what I'm actually looking for is to see if there's anything in these chests that I need, which I don't think there is. Although it wouldn't hurt to chuck those through here. There we go. Okay. So, here's the dealio. When I started this second series, I thought I'd get on top of it, get on top of things, and just see about checking out some videos, seeing how this works, sort of thing. And it all stems from the fact that I'm missing a creative outlet at the moment. And me and my friend decided and talked about putting together a new series of Minecraft videos. And that's why these videos are out here. And not only that, it's a little bit of a world documentation, as it were. So not only are we putting these out there for you guys to see, but it's also for us to kind of keep track of our progress in this world. So it kind of kills two birds with one stone. That's why these videos exist. And it's a little bit of fun as well. I mean, there are many YouTube videos out there these days, so if you can't beat them, join them. Right, before I continue on and get into explaining a little bit more, there is a job I need to do with you. There we go. A few episodes ago, I asked you guys to name this villager. Now, as of this recording and as of naming the villager, there's only really been one suggestion. And it's a good suggestion. I do like that suggestion, but I've decided to pick another name. I've had this name in my head for the last couple of weeks now, and I think I'm going to go with it. And I'm picking Tucker for a couple of reasons. Okay. Firstly, Tucker is a bit of a family thing. We had a family friend, and his surname was Tucker, and he was very close, and unfortunately he passed away a few years ago. So that's one reason I've kind of chosen the name, to kind of keep it alive a little bit and pay homage to him. But it also serves a second purpose. For those who watched my original run of videos knows that one of my many interests is Star Trek. And in the hugely underrated series Star Trek Enterprise, the chief engineer is called Trip Tucker. So I felt it was fitting to name the engineer Tucker. So, welcome, Tucker. And we might be using you at some point soon to upgrade some of our tools and things. But that's not for today. For today, we're over there. So, a little bit more explanation. Laying all my cards out on the table, episodes 1 through 6 were virtually filmed in the same week. They were filmed within the same sort of 7 days. I think episodes 1 and 2 were filmed on the same day, 3 and 4 were filmed on the same day, and then episode 5 was recorded on its own day, and 6 was recorded on its own day. That week was about 4 or 5 weeks ago now. So it's actually been a while since I actually sat down and recorded a video like this anyway. I have actually already recorded next week's episode, and I'll get onto that in just a minute. So yeah, I've been going through and editing episodes 1 through 6 over the last few weeks and uploading them each week. And it's actually been going alright. It's giving me time to kind of see how the episodes are doing. It's giving me time to kind of relax. And I've not felt massively rushed. And it's been very good. And I think it's kind of working, apart from the fact that it's now been about 3 weeks between, or 4 weeks between asking to name the villager and then naming the villager. Which was a bit of a hindsight thing on my part. I realised that after the fact, and then thought, well, now I've got to wait. So yeah, that's a little bit of behind the scenes backstory and whatnot. So, as for the diamond armour, that comes in next week's episode, which I sat down and recorded with a couple of my friends 2 weeks ago. Time. It's great. It's just great. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on lately. I've just been living life, as it were, recording these episodes as they go about, editing them and sticking them on each week. So I hope that is okay. And I'll try and keep it not quite the same, but I might record 1 or 2 episodes a week and then kind of sort things out. I am due to go away in a couple of weeks, so I'm trying to stack up some episodes so I can just edit them ready to go and then stick them out while I'm out and about and things like that. But yeah, that's basically what the deal is, and it is turning to night. So let's go have a sleep, and then I will talk to you about what the plan is for today. So, for today's episode, we are clearing this bit out here. So I've got 2 waypoints here. Starter area, which is the little hut here with the nether portal and everything. Okay, that's a fox. I thought there might have been a zombie hiding down here. But anyway, starter area. And then over here, you've got the main base. This is the area that we're clearing out for the bigger main base that we'll be working on and living out of in the future, and then building upon and whatnot. And as you can see, there are some markers that I've been laying out I think I did this last week at some point. Just kind of hopped on and tried to do a little bit of preparation before this video. So yeah, all these holes around here need filling. Some of this land needs flattening. And it's all going to be within these yellow points. Now, I would like to move it down a bit because one of the points, if I can make it through this forest, one of these points ends up in a cavern, which we will explore at some point. I have only found it recently, so we will explore that in due course. But yeah, this is one of the corner points, and then there's 3 others. There's the one over there, there's one over there, and there's one over there. In theory, it's meant to be a square of about 60 blocks by 60 blocks, give or take. I mean, what? So looking at your west to east, that's 559, and that's 499. So that is roughly 60, I believe. I've measured all this out and whatnot. I did have it a much smaller circumference, and then I had a look at the plan I have drawn out and realised, yeah, this little segment here is not going to be big enough. So we need to clear all of these trees. I think, if I remember rightly, so that's 175, and that's 225, so that's only 50. Because it's 25 to the 200 mark, and then it's another 70. No, it's another 25 to the 75 mark. So yeah, that's only 50. So this one here is actually 60 blocks apart, whereas this is only 50. So I need to move this one 10 blocks down, and then I think that should be 60 across, with any luck. So anyway, we've got this chest here with some surface flattening materials to kind of pad out the building area, and some white concrete powder, which I'm going to turn into white concrete, and that's going to lay out the base of the base, the first layer of the base, something like that. Anyway, but first I need to clear these trees. So without further ado, I'm going to start a time lapse, and we're just going to get to it. Chop down some trees. Let's get to it. So now that all of that is clear, and it looks quite clear on the map as well, which is quite nice. Tempted to do those bits up there. I think I might have missed 1 or 2. We'll go grab those now. But that should be the area more or less ready to start filling in some of the holes at the very least. Now I've got to go around and pick all this stuff up. Yep, and yep. And I think there's some bits on this tree as well. Okay, it's just a sapling. I've got plenty of those. So yeah, gonna go around now with some stone. I'm also gonna go grab the stuff from the furnace, or furnaces, and fill in some of those holes. Let's see if I can't get rid of some of these. What, that's 2 stacks of saplings. I don't need 2 stacks of saplings. There we go. Stops anything from wandering in. So yeah, just creating a nice flat area. Going to start with filling in the holes because those are the most important. And then once all the holes up... Oh, come on. There's a part of me that feels like I should wait for when I have Silk Touch. But I'm not going to, so... But at least you'll get a jump start on the project. So now I've got to try and figure out, in this line here, what would be better to fill it in with. Do I bring the stone up to this edge and just have grass turn into stone, and then the next level down you've got the sand and things, or do I try and mimic what's already there? It's an interesting concept, and I don't quite know what I want to do. But for some reason, all I do know is I want it on this level. Which means this bit has got to go. And this bit here has got to be filled in. And somehow I've got to square this bit off. But only to a certain point. So I could do something a little like this. Over here. And just kind of see if I can round that off at all. Try and keep it as natural as I can. I don't really want to... Oh man, I've got some sand in the chest. Let me go grab that. Gonna get rid of the cobblestone because I don't need that. But yeah, so that's one thing about the way I play Minecraft. I like to play it with a sense of realism. I know it's Minecraft, what can I say? But if it looks like that it shouldn't be standing because there's nothing underneath it, then I give it some legs and support for it to sit on. If there is a hole, I fill it in from the bottom because that just makes sense. It's here, so I need to build some of this out a little bit more, which is fine. I should be able to sort that out. I've never been that great at terraforming. I mean, I could... do something a little like that, maybe? And then have that. This makes a modicum of sense in my head. So now it gives me a hole to fill. Which is easier said than done, because now I need to get some more stone. But it gives me an area to work on, which is good. While at the same time realising that one of the points... Where did it go? Did I miss... I think I might have missed some... Let me go and find out where that mark is, because I know it exists and I know it's there. Cool, now that's visible on the map. Nice. And that's more or less... yeah. Okay, so yeah, I need to bring that at least 10 blocks back. Going to get rid of this tree here on the end, and then I'm going to go and sleep. And I've got more saplings to get rid of. But yes, I made last week a creative version of this server world, and I started to plan out and make the main base. And I know which direction I'm heading, and I know what I'd like to do. Let's get rid of this. There we go. The two TARDISes there just really confused me. I just used them last week, and I ended up duplicating it by accident. I think it's a glitch, because they're the same TARDIS. They'll have... where is my TARDIS key? There you go. So at the moment, so the TARDIS ID is 3236B77C. Last known position, 586 and 242, which is this TARDIS here. Okay? So I can lock it like that. And that's the one it's at. But I can unlock this one, which has the same ID number on it, but it's now changed the last known position. But notice, I locked this one just now, and now it's locked again. Unlock that one, and you lock that one, and you unlock that one. But you lock that one, unlock that one, and now you can relock this one. It's really peculiar. It's an interesting glitch. And I don't quite know what to do with each of the TARDISes. TARDISi? I don't know what to do with them. I'll use one at some point. But yeah, that's the situation that I've got going on. Right, what have I got in here? Right, I'm going to take that out, put that one in, take these ones out. Yeah. Going to get rid of this section. Including the dirt bit. Which will give me a little bit more cobblestone. And then I can chuck that in the furnace, smelt that up, and fill in some of the holes. Excellent. Excellent. That's fine, I'll go grab one of my other tools that I've got. So yeah, I don't want to spoil too much about next week's episode. But what I will say, and I'll put it down in bullet point form. I didn't put it in that chest. I put it in this chest. What I will say about next week is there's 3 of us in next week's episode. And we're doing a scavenger hunt. And that's all I'm going to say about next week's episode. And the extra bits that you kind of see, both in that chest that I showed you and the diamond bits that I've got on my person, they are all rewards from the scavenger hunt. So you've got that to look forward to, and it's really good fun, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, it was good, and it will be good again. That should be enough to clear out a straight line between the 2 points. I now just need to smelt some of this stuff up. I thought I had something else in that chest, but I didn't. Right, I'll fill in this hole. And what I'll do is, so obviously next week is the scavenger hunt, and then I will sit down at some point and record episode 9, which will be me starting to build the base. This was a little bit of a catch-up, what's been happening, and surface preparation. The next episode I record will hopefully have this bit finished, so I'll flatten this bit out off camera. Wandering Trader, have you got anything of use to me? When do they? Let's be real. Just what I thought. So yeah, I'll finish filling in this hole and then I'll end out the episode. And wish you all a good week. I didn't want to do that. But no, I have got projects in the works. I do plan on utilising a little bit more of the mods we've got. We will go out at some point and explore and find more bits of the mods that we've got. Go out and collect some dragons, create our own hall of armour, of Iron Man armours. Once I've had a chat with my friend just to see what exactly you have to do. We'll use the TARDIS a little bit more and explore. We'll build up a Stargate system. It's going to be fun. I've got a lot of plans, one of which is making a train track, a railway from here to spawn, and a pathway from here to spawn. There's a village nearby with a Stargate in it, which we had a look at a few episodes ago, which is this one over here. And I'd like to create a path from here to there. So that means creating tunnels and path blocks and whatnot, and that's going to be a whopping episode to come. And then, yeah, obviously a railway from here to here, but I need to collect those and things like that. That looks interesting. Oh no, I know exactly what that is. That is a tiny little bit more of a spoiler for next episode. But yeah, as for this episode, I think that's about it. I know it's not been massively eventful, this episode, but we've made a little bit more progress. I've kind of explained a little bit what's going on behind the scenes and some of the plans that are yet to come. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you continue enjoying it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in next week's episode. Bye for now.